Well, no trip to the Northwest would be complete without a little rain, and we've got a lot of rain falling right now at Lumen Field in downtown Seattle. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Seattle Seahawks.
Chris Boswell set to kick off.
The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
On the return, the Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Run past the 30-yard line there. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
Now Joe Mixon. Past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a 1st down.
Sometimes those lines that are drawn on a grease board or in a playbook, they come to life out on the field, don't they? And we just saw down that outside handoff to the right.
That right tackle, he gets excited for that call, doesn't he?
He does, because he just wants to dominate his guy and say, listen, I was the point of attack. I took care of business. That's why you're able to get downfield and add all those yards to your total.
Yeah, really nice gain there. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up 2nd.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Mixon. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down.
He's tackled at the 32-yard line. A 14-yard pickup.
But they give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he's got the 1st as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues. Had a chance to maybe limit them to 3 if they could have gotten that stop there, but a new set of downs.
And with a new set of downs, you got to take the mentality of the whole thing. Right now, everyone's looking at the offense and saying they've got the advantage. The best defenses just say, okay, new set of downs gives us another chance to make a play ourselves and maybe change things up.
There he goes left side. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bengals take it right down and score on the opening drive. And we'll see if this rain affects the team's decisions going forward, but they kick it here, and it's good.
Seahawks, nothing.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
First carry now for Nick Chubb. Chubb will have the 1st down and much more. He's got the lane, and there he goes. And did he get in? No, down at the 1-yard line.
Good.
A big play that time out of Chubb. 74 yards. Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a 1st and goal situation. They'll give it to Chubb. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Nick Chubb, his 21st touchdown of the season. And the Seahawks just an extra point away from tying this thing up.
The kick is good.
So the big play to kick off the drive set them up first and goal, and they're able to cash in right away on play number 2.
I think I'm starting to understand more and more when we get ready to do games and we meet with coaches why they talk about big plays, explosive plays, and how it sets them up for success, because that's exactly how they were able to score on this one. We saw the touchdown. We saw the payoff. But, of course, that big, long chunk play is what got them in position.
White on the return. The Bengals take over first and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
And, you know, it's certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
And are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the number 1 goal? Make the playoffs. Number 2? Win your division. Number 3, and I think the biggest goal of all, try to get the number 1 seed so you get that first round bye and ensure you don't have to go anywhere in January and hopefully get to the Super Bowl that way.
So from the 36 now, first and 10. Now the former 4th-round pick, it's Kalen Ballage. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
On 2nd down, here's Mixon. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
It's a gain of 6. First down.
They'll run with Mixon. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. Dante Fowler in on the stop.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old-school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. Now Ballage. And some room to roam now. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And not much on the return there. He'll take it only up to the 9-yard line.
It's not often that we see big plays end in disaster. And we just absolutely saw it right there. They had something really big cooking on that one.
Can you, when you're down near the goal line like that on a big play, do you get maybe a little too careless, a little too desperate for the goal line?
I think the last part is exactly right. You get desperate for the goal line, and sometimes you get the ball out ahead, away from your body, or you're trying to extend to get there, or maybe you're just trying so hard that the ball will come out of your hands. In any event, that's a big opportunity lost.
A first down run, good for about 3. 2nd and 7 coming up.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
And he takes us across the 15 to the 17.
T.J. Green on the tackle. It's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 2.
They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And he's going to get the first down here as he's taken down at the 22. Give him the 3rd down conversion. 5 yards on the play. And after his performance last week, everybody saw it. Unbelievable. You can expect a heavy dose of him again, I think.
Without a doubt. I mean, why wouldn't you? Because once you establish yourself that way, it's not just him, okay? It's his offensive line, it's the tight end, it's your wide receivers, everyone now sharing in the load and sharing in the belief that they do their job, they'll see another performance just like they saw the week before.
Let's get off the field, D. Let's get off the field, D.
On 1st touchdown. They'll run with Chubb. And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24.
The tackle made at the 24-yard.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard. A nickel look now for the Bengals as they try to stop him here on 3rd down. Out of the shotgun, it's Love. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 25, and he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 for a Bengals TD.
Did I just see what I thought I saw? Did I just see what I thought? That had to be. Come on, say it for me. Say it for me. Who picked up that pass?
The free safety.
Oh, you got to have those great skills back there. Eyes, anticipation, great hands. And, of course, how about the fluid moves afterwards to take it all the way to the house?
Sounds like you're watching your old game film up here in your head.
Yeah, that's the dream I had of being that player. I just never was.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
Under crunch. Check nickel. Watch the safety creep. Check crunch. 49.
They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
They go with Chubb on 2nd down. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Defense able to get there, swarm to the football. Zilch, 0 nada there for the offense, Charles.
Yeah, it really was an example of good team defense, wasn't it? Everyone handled their responsibilities, and they held them to no gain.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line.
Well, there definitely was some juice on that pass. And while tight ends don't always have the same reputation for hands as wide receivers do, in this case, that ball was expected to be caught.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. This is Mixon. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
On the run, it's Mixon. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 15 yards on the play, 1st down. Seemed like a couple sets of eyes were on the quarterback, so he decided, hey, I'm going to hand this off. Got a good gain out of it.
And you know you need good blocking up front in order to gain yardage, but every one of these RPOs, if you do it right and they look the same, whether it's handed off inside or the quarterback keeps it, that allows you to fool the defense so often. And in this case, fool them with the inside run.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
On 2nd down, Mixon. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD.
Cincinnati.
Joe Mixon with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Bengals add on to their lead. Great call to hand that one off, and his running back did the rest.
Someone read their keys correctly, and on the defensive side of the ball, they certainly did not, because they really essentially were just going to swarm the quarterback. They kind of guessed themselves out of the play, and guess who benefited? The guy with the football.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
A run for Nick Chubb. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain that time, and it leaves them with 3rd and 11 coming up.
Gain on the play. Leads to 3rd and 11.
Two minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
Yes,
and he's
I am.
miles away and smiling.
And happy.
And he gets this only to the 44-yard line. Not near enough to keep the drive alive.
4th down.
The Seahawks send out their punter as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And this ball's going to be down now right at the 10-yard line. Good spot.
Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt. The Bengals drive about to get going. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
And shedding his way forward. And not much there at all as he'll get this only up to about the 11. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
And it's 3rd down.
On 3rd down, Mixon. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. Give him 8 yards on the carry, and that's going to bring up 4th down.
So much of the game today, we're looking for hybrid players, guys who can do a combination of jobs. And anyone who plays a strong safety position, now more than ever, is a hybrid-type player. Half defensive back that covers passes and half linebacker that makes tackles. We just saw the linebacker make that play.
Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. The Bengals bring out their punter now as he's on to kick it away. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. This is brought in at the 21. A big boot that time, 57 yards the official distance. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. Likely time for one final snap as they start out 1st and 10. They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we send you cross-country to Orlando, Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half.
This will make it into the end zone. And no fireworks to start the half. This will be a touchback.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
The third quarter starts with a run by Chubb. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
He was tackled.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
And they will finally get to him down at the Bengals' 37-yard line.
Well, partner, I have to say they called him in the right defense there. Nickel set. 5th defensive back on the field, and they love to run against that because now you typically get a bigger blocker on a smaller defender.
Yeah, because those DBs like you, they want the interception. They're not as worried about the running play, right?
Not at all. And I still remember being in school, and one of my offensive line teammates used to say, boy, I'd love to come downfield and hit you little people.
Good run there. 1 yard officially on the pickup, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 11.
Makes it 3rd and 11.
They're going option play on 3rd down. And that'll bring up 4th down as his Cincy defense stands up on 3rd.
Speed is the name of the game when it comes to RPOs, and sometimes you can be a little too quick, thus inaccurate, incomplete.
And this one is no good. He missed it. And this score will stay right where it is.
Now, if this was a clear day in September, I'd say this is well within his range. I'd feel very confident about this kick, but let's be honest about it. In these elements, the difficulty level gets ratcheted up by at least a factor of 5.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Kevin Byard, the Middle Tennessee Blue Raider, gets the sack.
It's 2nd down.
On 2nd down now, Mixon. He'll get about 3 as he's brought down right around the 42.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on 3rd down. Again, it's Mixon. And to the 49-yard line, but no further, and obviously he is well short of the first. It's a 7-yard run, but it does bring up 4th down. They'll try and run with Mixon. And he won't get there. They stop him a few yards short of the line to gain. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out, and it'll be a turnover on downs. They begin this drive with Chubb, and he'll be brought down right at midfield after a gain of only a couple. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. And again, it's Chubb. And he is going to be close to a 1st down as the tackle made at the Bengals' 43-yard line. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They run. Chubb. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Chubb on the counter, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. Play fake. Here's Love. He's going to air it out deep for Woods. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with him.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line.
3-yard loss on the play. It's 4th down.
Still just the third quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on fourth.
Love from the gun.
And that is going to be incomplete. The Seahawks go for it but can't convert. And the Bengals will get the football back. So the defense has to stay out and get one more stop. They were able to do it, forcing the incompletion.
So on their record, that goes down as a successful play. It doesn't matter how they got there, how it happened. They got it done. They're the ones that are jubilant.
Going deep downfield for Ross. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked up by Jair Alexander. And he'll take this back all the way up past the 45-yard line. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on fourth, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, because no points against the team on the board, but we'll see how they respond.
Yeah, they've got to give a lot of credit to their defensive teammates, don't they? They had their backs on that last series, and because they did so, that allows the coach to still stay aggressive on offense and maybe go for it again in a similar situation.
I was going to say, maybe makes that offense feel good, but when you know you've got a defense making stands like that.
Yeah, that'll loosen up things a little bit, won't it? Maybe you'll play a little bit better the next time you have the ball.
That's the end of the third quarter with the score.
The Seahawks on third down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. From the gun, it's a give to Chubb. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short.
3 yards won't be enough here as that'll bring up 4th down.
This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it. Get the first down. Close it out.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Loss of a yard brings up 2nd and 11.
Switching things up, they'll throw it now with Jordan Love. He'll look downfield for Waller.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Kenny Moore. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
14-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. They have to like the position that they are in. 4th quarter, 2-score lead, and now the ball back after the INT. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
And the Bengals first down.
They'll set up to throw. Rolling to his right. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10.
Now Joe Mixon.
And he's going to take this all the way down to the Seahawks' 37-yard line.
The previous play, they barely got back to the line of scrimmage. Now they pick up over 30 yards.
First down, Cincinnati.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Now Mixon. And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Out of the shotgun, they run with Mixon. Well, still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down.
It's a gain of 4, and it's 3rd down.
And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. They'll let this go for the end zone.
And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked by Kevin Byard. And he'll take it all the way up near the 30-yard line.
That is the play they needed in a two-score game here in the fourth quarter.
No doubt about it. They did what they had to do to give themselves a chance to get back into the game. They turned it over to the offense. They are now in charge.
Now they need to execute. Following the interception, Love looking deep for Adams. And his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today. T.J. Green with a pick. If they had designs of kind of wiggling their way back into this one, that hurts their chances right there.
They had to put it mildly, but look at the lead, look at the deficit, trying to make a play downfield. Everyone seeking to be somewhat the hero. Didn't turn out that way at all, and you're exactly right. It's going to take a lot for them to have a chance to win this one now.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. First out of the gun. They'll look to throw. Going deep downfield for Ron. That's caught inside the 20. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score.
To John Ross.
John Ross. His third touchdown now on the year. And the bank, and now they're going to fake it. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
At their own 25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And if finally we kept having a rough patch, he said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there.
Brought down.
No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. And he's going to be taken down. Back across midfield, just across midfield at the 49. Logan Wilson. And that will force a turnover on downs. That one looks like he'll throw here. He'll find his running back, Joe Mixon. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. And it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
And his throw is incomplete. He was looking for Joe Mixon there out of the backfield. And it's 3rd down.
Incomplete. He was covered by Jamal Adams.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he took the contact as he was throwing it, and the ball drops incomplete.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield. They had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th.
31's the mark. Hey, watch the slant. 31's the mark. Come on.
Back to throw again. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD.
To number 88.
A 22-yard touchdown grab. And the Bengals, they widen their lead.
Well, there's just about a minute left in this game, and they're still taking it into the end zone. And you know they could have taken a knee there, but they decided to play this one all the way out. And I think their philosophy is, we're going to give you everything we've got. If we just go ahead and take a knee now, we're actually showing you disrespect that way, like taking pity on you. They're not about to do that to their opponent.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
5-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
On third down, Love. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining.
Number 82, incomplete. It's fourth down.
So here we go. The offense is going to stay out there. They're going for it on 4th and 8. Desperation time here. Love on 4th down. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 36. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 for a Bengals TD. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now where you're going to make up for anything.
We'll see what they do here. They run it again with Chubb. Space to maneuver at the 40 and past the 40 before he's out of bounds. So this one in the win column now for the Cincinnati Bengals, and they were really helped by their defense forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense. And what I mean by that is in the old days, pitching shutouts was big time. That was paramount. But the big thing was holding people down, holding down their yardage, right? Don't let them throw the ball through the air and gain a lot of... But now, it's about taking the ball away. Taking away possessions, getting the ball back for their offense. They had 3 takeaways in this one, and it led them to victory.
So for Cincinnati, they continue to put themselves in position for a first-round bye as they move to 8-2. And they'll return home next week to take on the San Francisco 49ers. Meanwhile, for Seattle, it's a bit of a setback as they drop to 6-4 now. And they'll have a chance at redemption next week at home against the Los Angeles Rams. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.